It's NFL Survivor time. We don't care about the product on CBS. I haven't watched that in 20 years. But I do care about us trying to win a big sack of money and chopping it up and getting to the end, being the last guy standing with the correct NFL teams. And here's who we have burned thus far. We have burned the Dolphins, the Drabhawks, the LA Rams, the Lions, the Saints, and most recently we took the Cowboys. So those are the 6 teams that we can no longer select for NFL Survivor.
So we did get Jason's picks.
Mm-hmm.
He likes Washington as his number 1 choice. And initially, I was thinking it was a no-brainer. Even last week when I was trying to decide my pick, I was looking ahead, and I was like, let's go with the Commanders. And I'm going to pick Washington to win the game, but a little bit nervous, and I think I would regret picking Washington if they were to lose by saying they already lost this team once. Mm-hmm. And it's not like they weren't facing some great quarterback the first time. They only scored 7 points against the Giants last time. So I don't have great confidence. I feel like I might have buyer's remorse if I go with the Washington Commanders. So one of the teams, and I don't love this team because they just got embarrassed in their last game, but I'm going to use Jason's formula.
Okay.
Jason has said on this show, I like teams at home essentially going against trash quarterbacks.
Bum hunting.
Yes. And so
Well, that would be Washington.
yes,
That
but
fits
I
the
just
bill.
told you the reason why I'm staying
I know.
away from Washington.
I think I know who you're leaning towards here because I don't see this on our list of teams we've burned, and this team was embarrassed recently.
They were embarrassed,
On
31 to
primetime
3.
TV.
But I think that the Jaguars, who won 4 in a row before that,
Not the team I was thinking.
Who are you?
I think
I was thinking he was in on the Bills.
no, I'm not going with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They face Will Levis. All right, first week, Will Levis throws 4 touchdown passes. He hasn't been terrible since, but against the Steelers, they score 16 points. He has 1 interception in the game, throws for 262. Then last week against Tampa, 19 for 39 for a $199. Didn't even complete 50% of his passes. No touchdowns, 1 pick. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars and EB, the matchup predictor on ESPN, which you like to look at. Believe it as the Commanders at 71%. It's got the Jags at 70%. So I'm going to take the Jaguars. I think they're laying 7 in this game.
Yeah, 7 is the number I'm seeing.
Now, I just want to
I'm
be...
rolling with Trevor Lawrence and the
I would
Jacksonville
like
Jaguars.
Monumental Sports Network to zero in on my face for a second after JP's pick.
You don't love it. I don't love it either.
I have a hard time trusting Trevor Lawrence. And look, Will Levis has been pretty bad after that outburst he had where he threw 3 touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins. But he could get hot again in a one-game
Do you know what their
sample.
record is away from home?
Away from Nissan Stadium? I don't.
They've played 5 games on the road. You've won as many games as the Tennessee Titans on the road.
Let's go.
They're 0-5. I think they'll be 0-6 after they face a Jaguars team that, look, they're appearing not to be in the elite of the AFC, and there was some talk that maybe they would be, but they're the next level. The Titans are trash. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The only thing I'll say is that when you reference me and my intrigue with the ESPN predictor, it's just that I'm intrigued by it. I don't swear by it. I don't believe in it.
I know.
Okay.
It's a footnote.
I'm just saying, the matchup predictor is an enigma to me that I like to look at.
All right, well,
but it's
Vegas
often wrong.
Vegas has them as a 7.5 point favorite.
All right.
So I'm not picking like some underdog.
Yeah.
All right, I will go next. I'm going to pick the team that is facing a team that has scored 10 points, 6 points, and then 17 points in their last 3 games. And the 17 points were when the game was long out of hand. This team is led by a third-string quarterback. This team, at least the front office, should be in full-blown tank mode. Their quarterback, Tommy DeVito, might as well be behind the controls of is it an Abrams tank? I think that's correct. An Abrams tank. Tankville, the Giants. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest favorites still available to us with a 9 or 9.5 point spread. My pick is the Washington Commanders. Also, you have the added bonus of, when else are you going to use the Commanders? This is the week.
This would be the week.
This is when everything's aligning for the Commanders. The Commanders are your no-brainer pick of the week.
Well, you've kind of ruined it for me because unless I pick Jacksonville, my pick is now irrelevant. And I don't love the Jacksonville pick.
All right.
To be honest with you.
I mean, how could you love the Jacksonville pick?
I also don't love Washington for the record. I don't love the Washington pick just because, we just lost to them.
So don't pick them. Just say who your pick was going to be.
Well, I'm just going to tell you why I don't like him. I don't like him because we just lost to him. I also don't like him because Wink Martindale, the one defensive coordinator these guys think I know, dials up blitzes all the time, and we struggled against them. I'm just nervous. So it's a division rival. We lose them all the time. I'm just nervous about it.
You know you can do some strategy here. Like if you don't like,
I know I could just pick his,
Yeah.
and then revote.
and then you can have a revote, and then
believe me, I
hopefully,
thought of it.
hopefully you can get the team that you want by your ranking system and everyone else's ranking system.
The team I want, I also have a little bit of misgivings about, though, to be honest with you. The team I want is a big favorite this week.
Well, one would hope.
The team, bigger favorite than the one you picked. The team I would feel more comfortable going with, and they haven't been great of late, is the 49ers.
I mean, they look damn good.
They looked damn good
Once
last
they
week.
got
But then they
Trent
had 2 or
Williams
3
and Debo back.
They had 2 or 3 weeks prior.
Yeah, they
where
lost 3 in a row.
Purdy didn't look so good, and things are struggling. But they're at home. You don't like the Niners?
I don't hate the Niners. You trying to sell me?
if you want-
change my
you're
vote?
wavering.
If you want the Niners, I would suggest taking Jacksonville and then coming to a,
Or I could change my vote.
or you can try and convince JP to the Niners.
I know. Do you like the Niners at the Bucs at the Niners? It's a home game. They're back on track.
Bucks defense trash.
I think it's going to get harder each and every week for us to pick winners, and I kind of want to bank the 49ers, but I'm looking at this. You know what? I'm willing to change my vote potentially to the Niners. I just need to take a
Now,
quick
if he
look at
changes
week
his vote,
12.
We're still in a quandary.
We shouldn't look at week
We're
12.
still
at
in a
all.
quandary.
All
Can we
we
call
should be-
can we call Niners expert Jason Bishop?
I mean, we could.
The thing is, Jason doesn't even have the Niners in his
Where
top
is
3.
he? I don't even
Home.
know where in the world is he.
Home.
I think
Are
he
you
said
sure?
he was
Might
going
be
to
golfing.
Carolina at some
No,
point.
I think he was going somewhere.
We shouldn't even have week 12. We shouldn't even be allowed to look forward to week 12. It's all about getting through week 11. Week 11, Commanders defense should feast on Tommy DeVito. Feast on him. Sack him 5 or 6 times, create
All right,
turnovers.
but what if the Giants did the exact same thing and now we're in a dogfight? What if they sack Howell again 6 times?
Then fire everybody prematurely before Thanksgiving.
All right, no, but then they'll fire
Clean
everybody
house.
and we'll be out of the thing.
Okay. I mean, there's a
Do you
possibility
think
of that
there's a
happening.
possibility that they could wreak havoc on our offense?
I think, personally, the Commanders are going to throttle the Giants. I think they're going to beat them like 28-7, 31-10. I think it's going to be a laugher, personally.
Didn't you also think that a couple weeks ago? You thought that? Did you think that was Seattle or the week prior? No, the Philly game when we lost 38-31, and we were right there.
Yeah,
You thought Philly was going to destroy us.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not always right.
Right.
I'm wrong occasionally.
Hey, always bet against Gates.
I want to
I
say,
think it's a laugher. I think the Commanders dominate the Giants.
Do you
this
think
weekend.
can you give us
Dominate
the
them.
can you give us the
Dominate them.
update on how many people got knocked out with the Bengals last week? Because there were a couple of.
I think it was around 15% of the field.
So how many
went
people are
bye-bye.
left in this blicky?
Drab's going to have to dial up his Errol's internet to
Sorry.
find it because it's a banged up old website.
See, I think you do need to look at this. I know, Cakes, I understand your logic. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. The problem is there's some weeks when you're going to look at the board and be like, do we have the Niners left?
When it comes to this contest, I have learned to live in the now. I live in this week to survive to the following week.
Yeah, but you got to
all
be.
I care about.
You got to be a big picture
But
guy.
you
That's
think
that's,
I know you
that's
do,
short-sighted.
But, no, but you still got to advance.
I believe 31% of the teams are still left. 213 teams.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and this is going to really infuriate Cakes. I'm saving San Francisco for December 17th.
Oh, you're already looking forward to the week before Christmas?
Yep.
I mean, it's
All right,
just
all right. So he's
dooming
locked
us.
in.
I'm going to
He's
go
locked
with
in.
Jacksonville.
I will. I'll stay with my San Francisco pick, and then we'll just go. It's going to be the Skins.
So by default, the
And that
pick
way,
is
if
in.
they lose, I get no blame. I'm just covering my ass because I think we should smoke them too, but I'm scared.
You're scared. You're scared about everyone just getting too cute.
I mean, it's also. I don't think there's no such thing for this team as guaranteed dub.
Hey, you're betting on Rivera,
I mean,
who nobody believes
I thought
in.
we were going to smoke the Bears.
No, I'm not
I
betting
thought
on
we were
Rivera.
going to smoke the Giants a few weeks ago.
I'm betting on
We freaking lost both of them.
I'm betting on slinging Sammy Howell.
I thought
That's
we were
what I'm
gonna-
betting on.
I thought
Sammy
we were gonna
Howell, who
get-
had how many points the last time he faced the Giants?
You know what, JP? It's a new era. They've switched up the offensive line. The enemy has adapted to the play calling. It's light years different than when they faced the
Light
Giants
years.
a month ago.
Even though it happened 4 games ago.
Hey, a lot can happen in a month, JP.
All right.
You're right.
Our whole thing now is on Cakes' guarantee.
And Jason.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Pretty
you
much.
guys need to Jason and Cakes, they have the same play every week. They take the biggest favorite on the board that's left.
That's available. Yeah, it's
That's
kind of the way I
available.
Well,
lean.
no,
So
San
they don't
Fran
get-
is available.
I know, but the Commanders are the biggest favorite this week.
No, it's
San Fran's
San
bigger.
Fran's actually bigger.
They're like 13
11
and a half point
Oh,
favorites.
they are? All right. I take that back. Then I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But it's close. It's like a 3 or 4 point spread between the two.
I see 11 and a half, but whatever.
I'll be honest. And Cakes doesn't care about saving teams.
Nope.
I want to
I do
save
not.
teams because I'm telling you, start looking at the next couple of weeks. There aren't that many winners there. There's a lot of like especially like bum hunting. You want to go bum hunting? I think next week New England plays Carolina, so you're not going to take either of those. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the bad teams face the bad teams.
Might get a little spicy.
It's
You
a
never
bunch
know.
of tight games.
Yeah. Commanders, throttle them.
All right.
Well, the pick is in.
I'm borderline guaranteeing a blowout victory.
Well, why don't Rom sure?
Yeah, why don't you Rom sure us?
Yeah.
What, just pay you guys out of my
Yeah.
pocket if the Commanders lose?
Yeah.
No, that's dumb.
Free money.
No.
Or like provide us breakfast all
No,
week.
not doing that.
All week.
I learned
It's
my
aggressive.
lesson on the hey, if the Commanders win in primetime again, I'll
like
pay
any of
each
those one-sided
I'll pay
bets?
each of you $100
Yeah.
out of that business.
No, well, that's just because you forgot. That's not Rom suring
Right.
anything. Why don't you?
Out
Why
of
don't
the
you?
business.
Why don't you? If the Commanders lose, why don't
Yeah.
you treat us to breakfast on Monday?
no.
Why
Why would I do that?
Why don't you let Drabby hit you with a paddle on your
No.
bare behind?
I'm not doing. I'm not agreeing to a bad
On your
deal.
flat ass.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing to a one-sided bad deal bet/bit for
Imagine
me.
how much that's gonna hurt with
Not
no ass.
gonna do that. I am
no padding
not-
back there.
Not
I know.
doing that at all.